Go ahead and give us your full name.
Sontona Patterson.
Okay, Sontana. Explain to us briefly what life was like growing up.
I grew up in a big family. I had 4 sisters and a brother. My parents would party on the weekends, and we would always be at a babysitter, so we kind of had to deal with life as it came. We never really had a plan.
Would you say that you've struggled with a life of addiction?
Absolutely, I have. My life, I was an IV heroin user, so my addiction took toll pretty quickly. I didn't have the guidance that I needed, so I was just running rampant, and my life was full of destruction. I was hopeless. I didn't care about anything. I didn't know where to turn or what to do.
How old was you when you started into your addiction?
I was 19 when it took full course, and then at 23, I became an IV user.
Okay. Was there ever a time in your life where you've come to know Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior?
Absolutely. I was in River Haven Rehabilitation Center, and somebody shared the gospel with me, the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ, and I knew that I didn't have a hope or a care, so for me, that was my way out. That was my ticket to try to figure out what I needed in life. So I put my faith in that, and I confessed that Jesus was my Lord and Savior.
Okay. I've got a personal question. Maybe this is hard, maybe it's not. I think, but it will be something that we can all learn from. Obviously, life, striving for recovery is one of the hardest things that we strive for in this life. And as humans, it obviously comes with a lot of failures. It comes with a lot of mistakes. Would you say that there was a time in your life where you tried to get sober, but you found yourself struggling and maybe even failing? And if so, why do you think you had such a hard time with that?
Yes, absolutely I did. This isn't my first go-round with recovery, so I've failed multiple times. For me, I was self-centered and I was very prideful, so I would always take back everything that I would do. I wanted to do it my way. I wanted full control. I had been saved, but I still didn't feel like I was giving up control. I wanted to do it my way, and whenever I finally realized that, I was actually in a jail cell, surrounded by a bunch of indictments, and I realized that I wasn't in control. I had no control, and my control would only lead me to jail. So that night, I sat in a jail cell, and I asked God for forgiveness, and I put my full faith and trust in Him. And I realized that He was in control. And I read Psalms 51:10, create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. And that changed my life forever.
Perfect. What advice would you give to someone out there who may be struggling with an addiction or with mental health and, they're wanting to be set free?
You definitely, for me, it was definitely finding the right relationships with people to find God, because I didn't know where to find God. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to pray. Prayer is another thing also. And then you got to build up that relationship after being saved.
Okay. Where and when can people find New Beginnings?
On Thursday nights at the Red Barn by First Baptist Church. I'm usually here at 6:30. I think it does start at 6. They eat at 6:30, and then 7 to 8 is the meeting.
Okay. Thank you, Sontana.